So today I'm going to demonstrate how to use this drag and drop bubble plugin because I see there are there's a lot of confused tutorials in YouTube that shows highly complex methods, which is not that of a complex thing. I'll show you a simple and easy method to get this done. So the use case I'm going to get today is to create a simple to-do list. It's not even to-do list, but just we can call it a to-do list. So what I have here is a basic application I started for this, and the database is structured as just two tables, one being the user, which consists of a list of to-dos, and this to-do has only two fields, one being the order and the text to do. So this order is a number which is going to be the sorting field for us. I'm sorry. And if I look into the data, I've added two users from the backend. That's it, nothing in here. So in the home page, the index, I've added input field and text as add to do, which has one workflow to create a new to do and to add and to update the order, which is the current users to do count plus one, which will always check for the current users orders and make it plus one, and the input value and add it to the current user, and then to reset the relevant input field. So there's nothing else at the moment. So if I, it's important to preview this as the user, if not it won't display add these nodes to the exact user. So first of all, I'm going to add one test 1 test 2. It's not going to display anything, this is just for the future testing purposes. Test 3, test 4, and last one test 5. Alright, so now I will start this thing, this explanation, and also I have installed this draggable elements plugin, which gives us a drag drop these two elements, and this we are going to use this section. That's it. Alright, so for this we need a repeating group, and I'm not going to name these things but make it a habit to rename these things, and as the data source I'm going to use current users to do this, and I don't want a fixed number of cells, I don't mind the min height, and for the ease of this I'm going to use align to parent. You can use this as a column with drag and drops, but it's going to introduce much complications like minus margins and everything, so it's better to use it as align to parent. And within this repeating group I'm going to first add one of these newly created items through the drag drop plugin. So first I'm going to add a drop area within the repeating group. This new elementary bubble introduced later is, I don't know, there are mixed feelings about this from other developers, but for me I like it because I can directly add things exactly where I want, like this. And I'm going to keep the alignment here. Both these groups should be same, like they should be clones of each other from the design, not the design wise but from the size wise. And for the drop area, this is where we drop our dragged item, so in that case it is better, like I always keep it uh, invisible, and it's up to you. And also another thing to note is when I have this above this one, it sometimes it gives problems if it is underneath the other one. Alright, and the drop area I'm going to remove the flat color, nothing, no borders, so it's just there. Alright, and the data source is set for the repeating loop. For the drop area, the same data source as to do, and this tolerance I advise it to keep intersect, because if it is fit, it's going to wait until the whole thing is properly fit on top of it. So, and for the drag drop area, make sure you click this, make this element droppable, and also this one I'll explain. and the data source for this is going to be current sales to do. Okay, and for the testing, now everything you need to display you put within this drag drop data group, which is going to be a text right now, and this text is going to be parent groups to do. I'm going to make this centered and centered. Okay, and even this is centered. Okay, now it will look a bit better. That's it. And if I preview this, you'll see I have my repeating group, and if I drag this, you see it gets dragged and it goes hidden. So the reason is the selection of where is this? Okay, here this is selected as hide group. So if you change it back to move back, the problem will be solved. There, now we can drag it and it doesn't get disappeared after the selection, after the drag action. Alright, so that's it from the front end. Now the next parts are going to be from the backend workflow section. So I'm going to add a new one here as a drop area has a group dropped on it. So this we get because we have drop area in the interface. And if I select type of thing, I get to choose the type as to do, because this is very important. If you don't use this, you can't use this workflows thing, which is to do in this case. And from here, now what I'm going to do is make changes to a list of things, and I'll explain the logic behind this, the way I'm going to handle it through the interface. So let's say I want to make this test 5 the third element here. So to do that, it should move to the third place, which is the order of this is going to be 3 now. And after that, the order of this 3 and 4 has to be plus by 1. So that's the list of things I'm going to change here. So from this 3 should be incremented by 1, and this 4 should be incremented by 1, and this test 5 should get the number of 3 from here, which is the index of this cell. So keeping that in mind, let's get to this. So the list to change is, in this case, these two. So we can identify them by to do current users to do list filtered order, and I'm going to use two order fields here. One is going to be greater than or equal, and the other one is going to be less than. It should be greater than or equal to current sales index, and it should be, sorry, this is the other way, less than. This should be than the current workflows to do's order. So what I did is I find the ones that are bigger than the current index, which is where it is dropped. So around here it is dropped around here, so I'm finding the bigger ones than that, and also the other ones which are less than the 5. So I get things in between here. So that's what I am looking for using this condition. Once I find it, I want the order to be incremented by these to do's order plus 1. So this will increment the order number of them by 1. And the last thing is to make changes to thing, which is the one we are dropping now, current workflows to do order to current sales index. So now this will update these ones. If we are dragging something from below and if it's coming upwards, it will change the order number. So if I do take, come on, what did I forget? Okay, I forgot one thing. which is a rookie mistake. I forgot to create this sorted by. This repeating group should be sorted by order, and it is to be descending. No. All right, let's give it a try. Now this should be automatically updated. So it's already updated because I dragged it from below. It got updated, but because the repeating group was not in the sorting order, it didn't show that. Now I'm going to put this test 4 here. That's there. Test 2. Okay, so if I grab anything from below and upwards, it'll work. So we can do the other side, like from top to bottom within the same workflow, but I'm not going to do that because even this is confusing enough to explain. But to do it within the same workflow, it will be far more confusing. So I'm going to put a conditional here: current workflows to do's order less than current cells index. This will only work during this stage: current workflows to do's order, I'm sorry, it's the other way, greater than the current cells index, so which is something coming from further down towards up. Then this will work, that workflow will run. So in this case, so because all these indexes, all these workflow orders are greater than the index, so it can move up. And I'm going to make a copy of this and paste, and I'm going to make this the other way. Now it is greater than. If we make it less than, everything in these things has to be reversed. It's greater than or equal, so it's going to be less than or equal, and this is less than, which is going to be greater than, and this is +1, it's going to be -1. This one, there's no change. Alright, now it should work the other way around as well. So now if I want to take this one to this position, it works. There you have it. It's simple as that. There's nothing big things to do. You just can do it in this way. No calculations, nothing. So hope this helps. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions. Thanks.